I know. I get it. Most of you guys know I'm a Charger fan, and I know a lot of you want to know what were my opinions on Monday night's massacre. Here's what I thought. I just think this. In the second half, the Chargers can't finish games. We are pretty much like the worst finishers in football. First half, we look great. And then in the second half, we just totally blew it. We just blew it. There's nothing more I can say there. We just sucked it up. And that's all I could really say. All I could really say is that we sucked. We didn't do our jobs on the football field. I mean, the fact that you're up 24-0 should not mean comfort zone. Anything can happen. And the fact that my team let that happen, it's a disgrace. There's nothing more I can say. I'm not going to defend them for shit. They sucked it up. Rivers threw bad interceptions, tried to go for the deep ball too many times. Norv Turner called some of the most questionable plays I've seen calling. Ryan Matthews, he did a great job. I thought Ryan Matthews was the only bright spot for the Chargers, and Antonio Gates actually showing he can still play ball. To be honest, nothing more I could say about the Chargers. They just sucked it up, and that's it. But anyways, this is Chase Oliver 68. Make sure you guys check out my Twitter at Chase Oliver 68. Like this video. Check out the Olive Tree podcast with me and my boy Justin. And also, my second channel, CEO Live Videos. I'll post something on there Friday. Anyways, let's get started with the NFL predictions for Week 7 as the Seattle Seahawks take on the San Francisco 49ers. This game is going to be a defensive battle throughout. I hope it's just a defensive battle. I really do like this matchup. I think these teams match up very well. It's an NFC West battle. The NFC West right now is proving to be one of the most dominant, divisions in football. The whole NFC is just dominant. Let's just face it. The NFC is just going to rule the world one day. But as for my prediction, I'm going with the San Fran 49ers. Yes, they got their ass kicked by the Giants. But really, to be honest, when you look at the weapons that the Giants have, those weapons are nasty. For Seattle, those weapons are hot and cold. I don't know if Golden Tate will show up. Sidney Rice, I don't know if he will show up. Not to mention, Marshawn Lynch has not been running the ball very well. I mean, seriously, beast mode has not been running the ball very well at all. Russell Wilson is going to have a tough time with this defense. I'm not saying Alex Smith is perfect, but he will have his hiccups as well. But I'm still going with the San Fran 49ers. The Arizona Cardinals take on the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings lost to RG3 and the Redskins. The Cardinals, they fell in overtime. Now, to be honest, the way the Cardinals are going to win this game is if Kevin Kolb is the quarterback. I don't really like John Skelton as a quarterback, and I don't know why people were favoring him over Kevin Kolb. One thing that John Skelton does not do is facilitate the football, which means he doesn't pass it to a lot of other options. He really tries to go for Larry Fitzgerald a lot. Look at the final drive for the Cardinals. You'll see Larry Fitzgerald caught most of those balls. And if you look at John Skelton and Larry Fitzgerald last year, he targeted Larry Fitzgerald more than any other wide receiver. I mean, hell, who wouldn't target Larry Fitzgerald? But with Kevin Kolb, there was some diversity. At least Andre Robert, Larry Fitzgerald, Early Doucette, a bunch of other Cardinals wide receivers, and even sometimes the running backs were getting their catches. To be honest here, that is key to me. You got to diverse that ball. Christian Ponder, why has he been doing so well? Percy Harvin's been catching the football. Kyle Rudolph has been catching the football. Jerome Simpson, he's able to facilitate the ball. I mean, he still might be just a game manager right now. But hell, he's doing a good job. To be honest, I feel that if the Cardinals do not have Kevin Kolb, they're not winning this game. I don't know what Kevin Kolb's status is, but it's going to be a good defense battle. I think both defenses are on the same level. Vikings will win this game, and not to mention they have one of the best running backs in the NFL, in Adrian Peterson. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys travel to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. Carolina, after having such high hopes for the season, I mean, really, to be honest, a lot of people were saying this team could win the NFC South. I'm not even kidding. A lot of these people were saying, this team could win the NFC South. But right now, the Falcons pretty much have the NFC South title wrapped up. And only a huge-ass meltdown, which I don't think will happen with this team, could fuck that up. But yeah. The Panthers take on the Cowboys. And really, to be honest, both defenses are kind of suspect. Carolina's really bad on defense. Dallas, their defense is pretty solid. They still have the pass rush going. Their pass defense, though, with Morris Claiborne being down, and I don't know the time Morris Claiborne's out for. I didn't check injury reports. I just wanted to make my predictions because I'm kind of late on it. To be honest, their pass defense hurts because without Claiborne, because I thought Claiborne was doing a very good job on the defensive side of the ball. Both offenses are really hot and cold. And really, to be honest, Carolina, they really disapproached the way that they do football nowadays. Like before, it was just like Cam Newton, you have the ball, you take control. Now it's like hand off to D'Angelo Williams, options, and all this other stuff. I'm like, I get it, Carolina, but let Cam Newton throw that football. That was the reason why you've been winning games, is when Cam Newton's back there throwing the football, making his reads, making his progressions. These option plays are not doing it for you. But to be honest, I think Dallas is going to bounce back, because really I don't trust Carolina's defense worth a damn. Maybe Carolina's defense will show up this week. NFC South battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers and the Saints battling for second place of the South, most likely. Right now, the Buccaneers are second place in the South, and with 2-3 records. See, look at this. Atlanta right now has 6-0. They're 6-0, and the other teams in their division, the Saints, the Buccaneers, and the Panthers, all have losing records. All have losing records. There's no excuse why Atlanta should not walk away with the NFC South crown. There's no way. The only way I could see it where a team could pass Atlanta in the NFC South is if Atlanta has a huge meltdown, which I don't think will happen, and they lose like 4 games straight, and the Saints just went out, because I think they're the only team that probably could win out. Jonathan Bilma is practicing, but I don't think it would matter for the Saints. Really, to be honest, Saints and Buccaneers, this is a tough game to call. Josh Freeman looked good, but he looked good against the Chiefs, so I don't know if that means anything to you. It's really tough. Both defenses are kind of suspect. Tampa Bay's defense is pretty good. I mean, it's not like great. It's pretty good. Tampa Bay Saints, to be honest, it's really hard. It's really hard to call this game, but I'm going to trust Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints to win this football game. I don't see Tampa Bay beating the Saints. Nope. The Green Bay Packers travel to the St. Louis Rams. The Rams' defense is pretty solid. Green Bay's defense is hurting, but hey, you know what? They're lucky, because the Rams' offense is stinky. The Rams' offense, I'm not trying to diss them. I mean, what happened to this? I mean, they used to be known as the greatest show on turf back in like the old days. Now they're like the worst show on turf. I mean, Sam Bradford, his #1 target is out to 6 to 8 weeks, which hurts the Rams a lot. Not to mention the fact that, you know, Aaron Rodgers just came off of a fucking huge day where he went to silence the critics. That was funny as hell. If you guys didn't see that post game, it was so funny. Like, Aaron Rodgers was being asked, like, what do you tell the critics? And then he just put the finger, go, shh, and he just walks away. It was fucking funny. I was like, yes. And I'm not even a Packers fan. I thought that was hilarious. So, you need to be cocky in the NFL. I hate these people that say, oh, I hate the cocky players. Fuck off. The cocky players are the reason why people watch the NFL. If you're not cocky, it's boring. I mean, would you really want all the players to just be like, yeah, man, I love each other? No, fuck that shit. Why do you think New York Jets and New England Patriots is being so hyped up on SportsCenter? It's because Rex Ryan's dumbass is talking shit about it. But hell, that's the reason why people are watching the game. I mean, seriously, they want to see if Rex Ryan can hold up to his words. Doubt it, but anyways, back to Packers versus Rams. I'll talk about Jets and Patriots later. This game, really, to be honest, is not really a toss-up. The Packers do have to worry about Cortland Finnegan and his mount. I think that's like their biggest concern. But other than that, I think the Green Bay Packers will win this game, but I think it will be closer than what most people are expecting. RG3 and the Redskins take on Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants. As these two teams, RG3's first NFC East game, this is going to be a must-watch game for me. I think I'm giving this the must-watch game of the week. I'm going to start these little rewards type of deal. But RG3, the New York Giants, to be honest, this is going to be a tough game for RG3. I think this is going to be his first real test. I mean, the Redskins are 3-3, much better than last year. The Giants are 4-2. The only problem is, last year, the Washington Redskins had the perfect offense to counter New York's defense. This year, they're putting into the Baylor offense. You can tell by using RG3, they're using the Baylor offense. Go watch some Baylor games, and there's a lot of plays that are very similar. I don't think it's going to fare too well against the New York Giants and their defense. Not to mention the New York Giants' weapons on offense. Really, to be honest, it's going to be a tough game, but I am going with the New York Football Giants. I haven't chosen the upset yet. I just noticed that. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. Ravens take on the Texans, and the Texans just got a beat down from the Green Bay Packers. It was their first game without Cushing. That's no excuse. You know, you're still a #1 defense. You still have Wade Phillips calling out their shots. There should be no excuse why you should let up 6 touchdowns to a quarterback. And they're taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and this is a new look Ravens pretty much. It's not your father's Ravens or your grandfather's Ravens. Or actually, your grandfather wouldn't know who the Ravens were because they used to be the Cleveland Browns. Little history back for you guys who didn't know the Ravens used to be the Cleveland Browns. But anyways, Baltimore lost Ladarius Webb, one of the top 3 corners in the league. I mean, Darrell Revis, Brent Grimes also out. So 3 of the top 3 corners in the league out for the season. But hey, we still have Patrick Peterson for you cornerback lovers. Oh, Patrick Peterson, you're so beautiful. And then they also lost leader Ray Lewis. T-Sizzle is looking to come back in a month. Terrell Suggs, for all you guys who don't know, that's his nickname. And it seems like Ed Reed has a torn labrum that he's been playing through, and I don't know if he will have the motivation to keep on playing. It looks like he will, but Ravens defense is in trouble. The Texans, you know, they just need to. This is going to be an interesting game for sure. I say it comes down to the offense. Matt Schaub did not have a great game against Green Bay. J.J. Watt needs to step up. Really, to be honest, this is going to be a tough game to call. Both teams have 1 loss. It's going to be a fun game to watch. And I'm going to give it to... I'll go with the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens will beat the Houston Texans in this situation. Joe Flacco still is an exceptional quarterback. And I really do think they may have the edge with the receiving core. Because really, to be honest, Andre Johnson hasn't been doing shit. The Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills compete for who has the worst defense in the NFL. The Bills and the Titans, both their defenses have been very lackluster, and especially when I thought the Titans defense would be better and I thought the Bills defense would be better. Both defenses have been sucking, so I see this being a high-scoring affair. The Titans are 2-4, the Bills are 3-3, and really, to be honest here, with the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans, they really want to win these games, and especially with the Bills, where all their division is 3-3, and the Titans were... You know, the Texans have a bunch of tough games coming up. The Titans really want to rack up those wins so they could probably steal the AFC South. Really, to be honest, Chris Johnson needs to step up for the Tennessee Titans. And for the Buffalo Bills, the running back tandem of Fred Jackson and C.J. Spiller need to step up. I feel that whoever has the best running game will win this game. Ryan Fitzpatrick needs to have a good game, and Matt Hasselbeck, he needs to keep on doing what he's doing. He's an old veteran. He should be able to beat a team like the Bills, especially with their defense. If the Titans lose to the Bills, like literally with Matt Hasselbeck as quarterback, I don't think Hasselbeck should ever get a chance to play again. I mean, Hasselbeck is a veteran. He shouldn't be losing to a defense like the Buffalo Bills. So I am going with the Tennessee Titans to win this football game, mainly because I feel that Matt Hasselbeck is a veteran, and the fact that he's facing a shitty defense, he should be able to do well, and plus Kenny Britt is back, and Kenny Britt's a fucking monster. So I'm going with the Tennessee Titans here. Sorry, Buffalo. The Browns take on the Indianapolis Colts. Okay. I love Cleveland Brown fans. Basically because they're so loyal. So, before the Browns took on the Bengals last week and pulled up the upset win, which I did not call, the Browns, one Browns fan had a sign that said 11-5 starts today. I love that. That is fucking awesome. I don't give a shit if it's not believable. That shit is fucking awesome. That a fan brings a sign and it says 11-5 starts today. That shows your support for your team. That shows that you are a fucking fan. I don't care if it's the dumbest statement you heard. That is fucking fan support, and I love that shit. 11-5 starts today. And does it continue on as they take on Andrew Luck and the Colts? I believe that it will continue on and the Browns will go 2-5. Mainly because the Browns defense is nasty as hell. Andrew Luck has shown when he faces a top defense in the NFL that he proves to have trouble. Brandon Whedon learned to not look at just Greg Little, but look at every other wide receiver. Trent Richardson being out may hurt them. The Colts not having a legit running game may hurt them a lot. And really, the Colts defense is PU stinky. So I'm going with the Cleveland Browns to win this football game. I'll laugh my ass off if the Browns do go 11-5. I swear to God, I'll laugh my ass off. I'll think it's the funniest shit in the whole wide world. But anyways, let's move on as we have an AFC East battle between the Jets and the Patriots. Tom Brady says he likes the rivalry. It's fun. Belichick is jizzing over Tebow. And Rex Ryan's just saying we're going to beat them. This game is crucial for both teams, mainly because the division is so, the division is, all teams are 3-3 in the division, and this is a crucial game for them. Miami's happy they're on a bye week because literally Miami's at an advantage here because with them at a bye week, half their players are healthy, they're going to be relaxing, they're going to be practicing. Not to mention the fact that the matter is that, two teams could possibly lose, and then you could be, tied for second place, and then you probably will have a game coming. I don't even know who Miami's playing when they come back. I think they are playing like a really bad team, but we'll see. But the Jets take on the Patriots. Jets and Patriots, this is going to be an interesting game. The Jets are just so inconsistent. Like, one week their offense will look great. Next week they will look bad. The Patriots, their defense is inconsistent. One week they will be like, oh yeah, that's a great defense, and the next week they look like shit. To be honest, this is going to be a tough game to call. I'm not even kidding when I'm saying this. This is a tough game to call because really the Jets offense needs to show consistency and the Patriots defense needs to show consistency. I mean, the Jets defense, they haven't been the greatest, but hell, when you lose a leader like Darrelle Revis, I can understand that. And the Patriots offense, they're looking like the Patriots offense. To be honest, I really see this game being a close one, and I'm going with the Jets, Jets. That's my upset pick. Hey, look, a game that really has no interest whatsoever as the Jaguars versus the Raiders. Really, to be honest, the Jaguars' defense is solid enough. I don't trust their offense whatsoever. Not to mention, I thought the Raiders looked damn good against the Falcons. I feel the Raiders are a very good team. I'm not even kidding. They could be a very good team. They just have penalties that cost them. Their defense is lackluster, but hell, their offense is a scary-looking offense. And really, to be honest, I am going with the Oakland Raiders. As much as it disdained me to say that, I am going to choose the Oakland Raiders to win this football game, mainly because I don't feel Jacksonville is using their offensive weapons, Justin Blackmon and Laurent Robinson, very well. Literally, Blaine Gabbert can't throw the football deep. Why the fuck are you not running slant routes or, routes in the middle of the field where Blaine Gabbert has a better chance? I don't get it. The Steelers take on the Bengals, the Bungalows, and it's going to be a division rival. It's going to be on NBC. The Steelers are 2-3. The Bengals are 3-3. This is a must-win for Pittsburgh. And to be honest here, this game, both defenses have shown they are not progressing. I mean, really, to be honest, the Bengals are a younger team. Steelers have all these defensive injuries. Their offensive line is hurting. I mean, to be honest, I'm going with the Bengals. I feel the Bengals overall are the better team than the Steelers now. The Steelers still are a good football team. They can come off again and on again whenever they want. But really, to be honest, I feel that the young blood of the of the Cincinnati Bengals will win this football game. The Detroit Lions take on the Chicago Bears. Bears coming off of a bye week, and Detroit coming off a huge win over Philadelphia. This game is crucial for the NFC North. If the Bears lose this game, their big lead in the NFC North could hurt them. Because really, to be honest, the Bears are 4-1. They want to make sure that the Packers maybe lose to the Rams, and not to mention, hopefully, that they can win this football game. But really, to be honest, the way Matthew Stafford's making decisions in the first half could cost them. This Chicago's Bear defense is turnover galore. They've been getting pick sixes like crazy. I mean, this Bears defense, it's pretty damn good. It's a damn good defense. And really, to be honest, the only problem with the Bears defense is that they allow too much yards. That's why they're not like number one. They allow too much yards and shit like that, and sometimes a touchdown that shouldn't happen. Really, to be honest, the Bears defense is pretty damn good. Offense needs to pick it up for the Bears if they want to win this game. Detroit's defense, they showed some life, but you know what? To be honest, it's going to be an interesting game to say the least. But I got the Chicago Bears winning this game. The Detroit Lions could upset. Not going to deny that. The Detroit Lions do have a chance to upset, but the Chicago Bears is my pick to win this game. So anyways, guys, tell me down below who you are choosing for NFL Week 7. The teams that are on bye week, because I forgot to say that in the beginning, are the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Falcons. That's it for me, and I'll see you all later. Peace!